Hello guys, welcome to a new video, and we are going to configure this IPv6 and IPv4 using EIGRP. And if you go to other computers, when you open this activity, you're going to see that I have configured everything already. I mean, not everything, but the IPv4 and IPv6 for every single computer. Computer C also has it, and computer B is also configured. Okay, so I'm going to save this for you guys. And also, if you want more activities like this, you can go to my website at ccdgt.com, and also go ahead and follow me on Twitter at ccna daily tips. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with this. Let's go ahead to router 1, and let's configure router 1. And let's say there's no enable config t host name R1, so I know which one I'm configuring, of course. Let's go to interface gigabit 0.0, and from here, what we can do is let's first do this link local. Just copy it, and IPv6 address link local, and then let's do the other one, right, which is this one. Paste it right here. First you need to do IPv6 address, and there it is. So now we should be able to, let's see if we are able to ping this interface, which is computer A, even though we need to do a no shutdown. And after that, let's do ping, and here we go. I'm able to ping now computer A from router 1. Alright, this is good. Let's exit out of here, and now let's configure this serial link over here, interface serial link 0. And now let's do an IPv6 address, and we're going to, it's going to be this link local, and let's just go ahead and paste it here. There it is. Now we can go to this interface and do the same, so we don't need to copy and paste a lot because it's going to be the same link local. Now let's go back to this interface right here. Let's configure this interface. This IP address is IPv6 address. I'm sorry for that. And let's go ahead and just paste that here. Let's go to 0301, and let's configure this one. Copy it. IPv6 address. Paste that here. And now we have configured these two interfaces and this other one, so that makes 3 interfaces. And what I could do now from this one, let's do a no shutdown, and let's also go to this one and do a no shutdown. And this one is a DCE, so we need to do a clock rate 64,000. That looks good. No shutdown 64,000, so that's good. Now what we could do is exit out of here. So IPv6 and EIGRP, IPv6 router, EIGRP. We are going to use EIGRP 1 for all of them. Okay, and it's telling me that it's not enabled. That's fine. Let's do a router ID. And the way you do a router ID, oops, let me see something. It says that, what was the error that I got? IPv6 routing is not enabled, so we need to do IPv6 unicast routing enable, and now we can do that from here. Let's configure router ID, and to configure the router ID, you need to do EIGRP router ID. For router 1 is going to be 1.1.1.1. Alright, let's exit. Let's go to interface 0/3/0. Let's do IPv6 EIGRP 1 to enable it on 0 interface 0.3.0, and then let's go to 0.3.1 and configure that with EIGRP and the autonomous system 1. Okay, so that's done. What we could do from here is go to router 2, and let's configure router 2 the same way we configure router 1, right? Hostname router 2, and let's IPv6 unicast routing so we don't forget. Let's go to interface gateway 0/0, and let's configure that link local. Copy that. Let's do that IPv6 first. IPv6 address, and then let's go to 0link 03 031 or 030, which is this one right here, and let's configure that IPv6 address, and let's paste that link local, and let's do the same for 031, which is this one over here, and let's configure the same link local. There it is. And now what we could do is let's go to gigabit 0/0 and configure this IPv6 address. Let's put right here IPv6 address. Okay, so this is done. Now we should be able to ping computer C. So if we copy this, let's just copy this one right here, and let's do a do ping, and it looks like we are not able to ping it, and that's because we need to do a no shutdown because the interface is down right now. So no shutdown, and now let's try to ping it again, and we should be able to ping it. And we are still not able to ping this IP address. Let's see why we're not able to do that. Is this interface? Yep, it is the same. But why are we not able to ping this interface? Is it the same? I think we configured the wrong IP address. Let's see. 23. So yeah, this one needs to be, it cannot be, it has to be this one. So I copied the wrong one, or I configured the wrong one. So what I could do is when this is done pinging, we actually need to go right here and let's paste this interface. And now we should be able to ping PCC. There we go. So we're able to ping PCC. So that's good. Now let's go ahead and configure the other this interface, which is interface 0link 30030 IPv6 address. Let's do a no shutdown. So now these two interfaces are up. So let's see if we're able to ping now this interface, which is on router 1. So do ping, and we are able to ping router 1 from router 2. So that's good. Now let's go ahead and configure this interface, which is 031 IPv6 address. Paste that here, and we have an error that is overlapping. And why is it overlapping? So IPv6 031 overlapping gigabit 0 slash. Let's go to, let me see, do show run, and let's do a no let's negate this IP address so we can delete it from here. So let's go to interface gigabit 0, no IPv6 address. Okay, no IPv6 address. Okay, that's good. Now we should be able to go to this interface and configure that IP address, which is 23.2. There it is. So no shutdown. Okay, so this interface is good. It's up and running. What we could do now is exit, do an IPv6 router, EIGRP 1, and from here, what we could do is router ID, do an EIGRP router ID 2.2.2.2. Now shut down, and let's go to interface gigabit 0/0 IPv6 EIGRP 1. Let's go to the other interfaces and do the same. Let's go to the last one and do the same. There it is. So we did not create a neighbor with router 1, and I think it's because this one is not running EIGRP because I did not do a no shutdown. So let's go to IPv6 router EIGRP 1, no shutdown, and there we go. After I did that no shutdown, we have a neighbor. Okay, so if you do just do show IPv6 EIGRP neighbors, we can see now that we have a neighbor relationship with router 1, or with router 2, which is this local IP address for router 2. Okay, so this is good. Now we can go to router 3 and let's configure router 3, and let's do no enable config t. Let's do a host name router 3. Let's do IPv6 unicast address routing. Let's go to interface gigabit 0/0. Let's configure those link local IP addresses, and let's do IPv6 address. Let's paste that right here. Do the same for 0link 030, and let's do IPv6 link local. Do the same for the other interface and local. Let's do a no shutdown, and from this one, no shutdown. And let's also do it on gigabit 0/0, no shutdown. All right, so this is good. Everything looking great. So let's go ahead and go to this interface gigabit 0/0 IPv6 address. Let's paste that here, and now we should be able to ping. Let's try to ping computer 1, which has a oops, I made an error. So it needs to be, we need to ping this IPv6 address. So do ping, and here we go. So we're able to ping that computer. Now this one is a DCE, so let's go ahead and configure that DCE for 0link 031. We have to first configure this IPv6 on that interface. So 0.0.3.1 IPv6 address. Let's paste that here. And now after that is done, let's do a clock rate 64,000, and now we should be able to ping this IP address to router 2. We should be able to ping router 2 from router 3. Do ping. So there it is. So we are able to ping this interface on router 2. Now if we configure this other interface on this interface, which also has a DCE, which is 030, let's do a clock rate 64,000, IPv6 address, paste that here. Now we should be able to ping router 1 from router 3. Let's do a do ping this interface, and there we go. So we're able to ping router 1 from router 3. All right, so this is good with the clock rate and all that. So now let's go ahead and configure EIGRP. So IPv6 router EIGRP 1, EIGRP router ID of 3.3. Let's do another shutdown. Let's exit, go to interface gigabit 0/0, IPv6 EIGRP 1. Let's go to the other 0 interfaces, do the same. Now we see that we have a neighbor relationship. Let's go to the other one, and we should have a neighbor relationship also after I configure this one, and there it is. So we go in, show IPv6 EIGRP neighbors, and you can see that I have 2 neighbors. Okay, and if we do a show IPv6 route, we have a couple of routes. In totals, we have 2. All right, so I don't think we have this one over here, because I don't think I nailed it there. So let's do a show run to see if we are advertising, and I don't think we are. Right, yep, so EIGRP is now running. So let's go ahead and configure that EIGRP. So config T interface gigabit 0/0, configure EIGRP, and now we should be able to have that. We should be able to have 3 EIGRP. So one over here, this one over here, and this one over here. So from here, from PC A, I should be able to ping this computer over here. So let's go ahead and ping computer B from computer A. So let's do a ping. Let's ping this computer over here, and I'm able to ping computer B. Now let's see if I'm able to ping computer C. Ping. So there it is. So we have a fully EIGRP IPv6 configure and working. So now let's go ahead and configure IPv4. All right, so let's go ahead to, okay, so let's stay on this interface gigabit 0/0. Let's configure an IP address, which is IPv4, and let's do a 10.1.2.1/24. right, now shutdown, which is this one over here, and now we should be able to do a ping. We should be able to ping computer A, which is 10.1.2.1. There we go, and then I'm able to ping that. So if we do a interface serial link 030, let's configure 10.1.1.1 IP address 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.252, and let's go ahead and go to the other interface, and this one has a 10.1.1.10. So 10.1.1.10. all right, so let's go ahead to router 2 and configure those interfaces as well. And first, let's go ahead and exit and do a router EIGRP first ID of 1. Alright, and from here what we could do is network 10.1.2.0 of 24, and let's do the other one, which is 10.1.1.0 /30, which is 252. And let's do the other one, which is this one over here, 10.1.1.8. Okay, so that's good. So let's go ahead and go to router 2 and do those other interfaces. Gigabit 0/0. The IP address for that is going to be 10.1.3.1.0, and I should be able to ping that computer, which is 10.1.3.2. And there we go, I'm able to ping that computer. Let's try it again, and there it is. So I'm able to ping that computer. Now let's go to interface 0.3.0, and the IP address for that, the IPv4 address for that is 10.1.2 or 10.1.1.2 /30. And now I should be able to ping router 1 from router 2. Do ping 10.1.1.1. So here it is. So I'm able to use IPv4 now to ping router 1. So I'm able to use IPv6 and IPv4. And let's go ahead and configure the other interface, which is this one. And just do an IP address, and it's going to be 10.1.1.5. So 10.1.1.5. 252 or 255, 252. Okay. Now let's configure that router. EIGRP first ID of 1, and from here we need to add a couple of networks. 10.1.3.0, which is the network that goes to the computer. And let's do this one, or not that one, it's this one over here that goes to this router. Okay, and then after that we were able to have a network relationship. And then the last one for this router is 10.1.4.0 or 10.1.4.0. Alright, so this is good. And now we should do show IP EIGRP neighbor, and we can see that we have a neighbor relationship with router 1. So that's good. Now let's go ahead to router 3. Make this a little bit smaller, and let's go ahead and configure config T interface. The first interface that we're going to configure is gigabit 0/0. It's going to be IP address of 10.1.4.1 /30 or /24. I'm sorry. Okay, now let's configure the other interfaces, the serial interfaces. 0.30, right? And the IP address for that is going to be 10.1.1.9 /30 252. And let's configure 0.31, which is this one over here. And the IP address for that is going to be 10.1.1.6 255.255.255.252. And now I should be able to ping 10.1.1.5, which is router 2. And I'm also should be able to ping router 1, which is 10.1.1.10. There it is. I'm able to ping from router 3, router 2, and router 1. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit, and let's configure that EIGRP autonomous system of 1 And let's add those networks. Let's be careful with those networks because we can't get confused. All right. So 10.1.4.0, and that's the network for the computer. And now let's add the one for router 2, which is 10.1.6.4 or 10.1.1.4, and the mask is going to be 252. And we have a neighbor relationship now with router 2. And let's do the other one, and then that's going to add the relationship with router 1. There it is. So now if we end it, and we end it, show IP EIGRP neighbors, we see that we have two neighbors, router 2 and router 1. Okay, so now we have let's do a show IPv6 EIGRP neighbors. So now we have EIGRP IPv6 fully working with the two neighbors, and also IPv4 working. So now from PC A, I should be able to ping PC B using IPv4 and IPv6. So now let's go ahead and ping 10.1.4.2. So 10.1.4.2, we should be able to ping that computer. And it is timing out for some reason. So let's go ahead to router 1. Let's see why we're not able to ping that computer. End it. Config. Now let's do a show IP route. And we do have a route. Let me see. We have 3 routes. So we have one to this network. Let's do a ping 10.1.4.2, and it looks like we're not able to ping that computer. Okay, we were able to ping that computer. Why are we not able to ping that computer from here? So we are not able to ping that computer. Are we able to ping or default gateway? We're not able to ping or default gateway. So let's do a show run. .1.2.1. So this is fine here. Let's take a look at this computer and see what's going on. Looks like the computer has a okay, so this computer doesn't have an IP address. So let's go ahead and do 10.1.2.2 255.255.255.0, and now we should be able to ping our default gateway. So we're able to ping our default gateway. Let's see if we're able to ping out computer B. So we're able to ping computer B using IPv4. Now let's see if we're able to ping computer B using IPv6. Ping. There it is. So we're able to ping computer B using IPv4 and also IPv6. Let's go ahead and ping computer C using IPv4 10.1.3.2, and we are able to ping computer C using IPv4. Now let's see if we're able to ping that computer using IPv6. Ping. Paste it, and there it is. So we have a fully working network using EIGRP, IPv4, and IPv6. So this is all for this video. And if you guys enjoy this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips, and also go to my website so you guys can find more activities like this one. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.